Me? All right, everybody, welcome to the Brycero VALORANT Scrim Night draft results live stream. Hope you all are having a fantastic Thursday, and hopefully this stream makes your Thursday night even better. I'm your host, Brycero. I'm going to be taking you guys through the draft and map picks tonight as Team Sky and Team Greg choose their teams tonight in an epic live draft for you guys to enjoy. Super excited to have, of course, our team captains, ImJustSky and GoldenCabbage, also known as Greg, joining us tonight. They'll be picking their teams for you guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun, honestly. The next 2 days, of course, we got our draft and map picks tonight, and then tomorrow night, just because we didn't want to make things all one big deal in one night, we wanted to break it out over 2 nights so it's not too much. We've got our best of 3 tomorrow night live here on Twitch. I'm super excited for that, as the teams that are picked tonight will duke it out in an epic best of 3. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys tune in for that. 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a lot of fun. Besides that, though, we can't really play tomorrow night unless we have some teams. So let's go ahead and jump right into it here with the draft. Now, in order to determine who gets the first draft pick and who gets the first map pick, we're going to do a coin toss here. Now, here's how this works. So, Sky, ImJustSky, team captain for Team Sky, of course. He is our community manager on the Discord, so we're very, very happy to have him tonight, of course. He is a staff member, though, whereas Greg used to be a staff member, but he's not anymore. So since he's the non-staff member of them two, I went ahead and gave him the option of choosing between heads or tails, and then the winner of that coin toss gets to choose whether or not they want the first draft pick tonight or the first and third map picks. So yeah, the coin toss, it's a pretty big deal. You want that first draft pick, and let me explain why you want that first draft pick. We've got a really awesome player joining us tomorrow night on our draft roster right here at the bottom. Check this out. We've got Immortal 3 Toasty Unicorns. That is a huge deal. He is definitely going to be the #1 draft pick in tonight's draft. Like, honestly, like, you guys, you want him on your team. So yeah, whoever gets that first draft pick gets to pick him. So yeah, first draft pick is going to be a huge deal. Of course, we do have for the second pick, honestly, I think he'll be second. We do have Jay, also known as Hardstuck Diamond 1, even though he's actually Diamond 3 now. Congratulations on no longer being Hardstuck at Diamond 1. Honestly, I think he'll be second draft pick, and I think he'll be pretty even with Toasty. Although, let's be honest, Toasty, coming from professional Valorant scene as a tier 2 player, I think he'll definitely have the upper edge. So definitely going to be first round draft pick, in my opinion. But yeah, so Team Greg got the option of choosing between heads or tails. Team Greg went ahead and chose tails, believe it or not. So Team Sky heads, Team Greg tails. Here's how the coin toss went.
Alright, everybody, we'll be doing Team Sky heads and Team Greg tails. Good luck to both teams. Here we go. And that will go in favor of Team Greg. They will get to choose between the first draft pick or the first map pick.
And there we have it. Team Greg wins the coin toss, and Greg now gets to choose whether or not he wants the first draft pick or the first map pick, and I think we know he's definitely going to go for that first draft pick. Now, this is a worst case scenario if you are Team Sky right now, because that means Toasty is definitely going to Team Greg, and that is going to be a huge advantage, and he's going to have to pick up Jay, Hardstuck Diamond 1, if he wants to stay in this game, honestly. And unfortunately for Greg, that would mean that his good friend Jay, him and Greg are friends, will go to Team Sky and he'll have to face his friend in an epic buddy battle here. But let's go ahead and break down really fast here while we wait for Team Greg to make that decision, let's go ahead and break down my mock draft. Here's who I think is going to get picked first, and I think we already know the answer to that. It's Toasty, but I'll go ahead and break it down for you guys here. This is my mock draft. We definitely got Toasty in the first draft pick, so he'll be going to Team Greg with that Immortal 3 rank. That's going to be a huge pickup for that team. Then I think that Jay's going to be the second draft pick, of course, and so he'll be going to Team Sky. He's a really consistent player. He absolutely dominated in our last Scrim Night. I think he almost hit like a 40 bomb or something like that. I mean, it was absolutely insane what he pulled off. Then I think for our third draft pick, of course, we got Finn. He's definitely an underrated player in terms of elo right now. I believe last season of Valorant he was a gold player, and now he's D-ranked down to iron. And I don't think he's been grinding as hard this act for Act 2, but I think he's definitely going to be a third draft pick because he's a super consistent player. He really knows what he's doing. He's willing to grind, willing to put in the hours, and I think he'll be a great addition for Team Greg. Him and Greg are also fairly close, so I think Greg goes for him. Then I've got our special guest on the fourth draft pick, Circes. I think he's gonna go fourth, honestly. I really do. And here's why. He's subbing in for Wiffle Hiffler. He's got, decent competitive rank. So I think he's gonna go in. Unfortunately, Wiffle couldn't join us. We're very sorry about that, so we went ahead and got him to fill in. And I think he's going to prove himself. I really do. Feeling really good about him. So I think he'll be fourth draft pick. So he'll be going to Team Sky. Also, we've got Faith. I think she'll be going fifth. So she'll be going to Team Greg. I think Greg's going to pick Faith, honestly. Faith's got a really nice play style. She's a good team player. Yeah, I think she's going to go fifth. Of course, we got Clams as well in sixth. I think he's going to go to Team Sky. I think Team Sky is going to pick him up there with that bronze rank. And then we got our two unranked players. Now, the last four picks, I think, are really up in the air. Any of these players could go in any order, honestly. I think Dason goes first. I think Greg is going to go for Dason, but there's also a pretty good possibility that Sky goes for Dason. So this mock draft could definitely be inaccurate. Sky, I think, really likes Dason's playstyle. I wouldn't be surprised if Sky goes for Dason. But the reason why I put Dason on Greg's team with that seventh pick, that final pick, actually, the reason why I think Sky goes for Dason is because I think Sky really likes Dason's playstyle. Dason has a really nice playstyle. I think Sky's going to go for him. But I think Greg's going to go for him. Believe it or not. And the reason why is because Faith and Dason are going to be on the same team. I really do think that Faith and Dason are going to be on the same team. But Sky, the reason why I think Sky would go for Dason is because I think Sky really likes Dason's playstyle. Hopefully that made sense. I butchered that a little bit, but also we got Penguin in Space. I think he'll be last. But again, any of these last four draft picks, it's really anybody's game, honestly. Really anyone's game. I think this is pretty well settled, though. I think that is pretty well settled. But we shall see. We shall see. Let's go ahead and check in now with the coin toss. And we'll go ahead and see here whether or not Greg goes for that first draft pick or the first and decider map picks. And I think we know the answer to that. Greg's going to go for that first draft pick. So now we have our draft settled. Greg will get the first draft pick, as I predicted, which means he's going to go for Toasty, definitely. I think Toasty's going to be number one draft pick. So congratulations to him on picking up Toasty. Meanwhile, Sky's going to get map picks. Could be a big deal. I mean, we'll see what types of maps Sky wants to play with his team. Sky's going to pick the first and decider map picks. The decider map could be a big deal, though, depending on whether or not it's split, which seems to be heavily defender-sided. We'll see how that goes, honestly. So congratulations, Team Greg. You get the first draft pick, and we'll be kicking off that draft momentarily. But let's go back on over here to the mock draft while we wait for the teams to get started picking here. Now, you might think, oh, you just sorted your mock draft by ELO, and let's be honest, that's going to be a big factor because we don't really know these teams. This is designed a certain way so that we really don't know all of the players that well. And so I think one of the things that the team captains are going to be looking for is, of course, that competitive rank. I think the competitive rank is going to be a pretty big deciding factor in whether or not that person will get picked in that round. But I think we're getting started with our first pick here of the Brycero VALORANT Scrim Night here. Of course, Team Greg gets that first pick, and I think we know what that first pick is going to be. I think it'll be Toasty Unicorns, so we're just waiting for that pick to come on in. Of course, Team Greg is picking right now. I've got Dason a little lower than I think. I wouldn't be surprised if Dason is higher. If anything's going to be wrong on this mock draft, I've got Dason. I think I've got Dason underrated. I think Dason is an underrated player right now. That unranked is definitely probably going to hurt him in the deciding factor. But I think Team Sky and Team Greg really know what Dason's worth, honestly. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dason's a little bit higher. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, I don't really know what Circe's pick will be. I've got him pretty high up, with that Iron 1 rank, but he could be anywhere on this list, really. And simply because he's subbing in for Whiffle Hiffler, we don't really know where he will be. We don't really know him that well, but I'm super excited to see him play. And of course, we're once again sorry Whiffle couldn't join us. But I think we are ready for the first pick in the Brycero Scrim Night. Some moments you guys have been waiting for here. Team Greg, it's going to be Toasty. I'm calling it right now. Team Greg selects Jay. What? That means Toasty is still up for grabs. I don't believe it. I really don't. There's no way they went for Jay. Greg decides to choose his friend over the tier 2 Valorant player. Wow. Talk about a good friendship there. That's crazy. That is I definitely would have gone for the Valorant player over. Congratulations, Jay. You're the number 1 draft pick in the VALORANT Scrim Night. Brycero VALORANT Scrim Night. So he will be playing for Team Greg. Let's go ahead and check out here. Of course, he is the first to go off the board. That means Toasty is up for grabs. I know for sure Sky's going to go for Toasty, but I was wrong. My mock draft is already wrong here, unfortunately. So we won't be able to reference that. Definitely Toasty's got to go next. I mean, come on, Immortal 3, former player for Big Pizza. Come on, Team Sky. Come on. Don't let us down. Do not let us down. I'm serious. Please don't let us down. Congratulations, though, once again to Jay on being the number 1 draft pick. I believe Team Sky has made their selection. We will see who Sky selects here. It's going to be Toasty, but I was wrong last time, so we shall see. I can't believe Toasty got upset, though. I really do. All right, for the second pick, Team Sky selects Toasty Unicorns. There we go. Wrong the first time. Got it right the second time. Second time's the charm. Congratulations, Toasty. You are the second pick in the Brycero VALORANT Scrim Night. So there we have it. Our list so far. Toasty Unicorns number 2, Jay number 1. Toasty got an interesting playstyle, honestly. I think one of the agents that he goes for is Brim. That could be pretty big for Sky's team. Maybe we'll see Sky opping with the Jet, and then we got Brim for support. I'm really surprised, though. I don't know. Looking back now, I'm a little less surprised that Greg went for his friend, went for Jay. And the reason why is because Jay's a Jet opper as well. So he could really, if we can get Sky Jet opping, and if we could get, of course, Jay Jet opping as well, I think Jay will definitely be the better opper. So not surprised. I don't think Greg himself is an offer, so we shall see. We shall see Jay hopefully in that role with the Jet. All right. Next up, of course, is our third draft pick. Team Greg making that decision right now. I really think it's going to be Snoopy. I think Snoopy's a good, solid third draft pick. Really excited to see him playing for Team Greg. I think him and Greg are great teammates. But we shall see. We shall see. I was wrong the first time with Greg's pick. Obviously, I don't know Greg as well as I thought I did. We shall see, though. I believe that third draft pick is coming in right now. Let's go and see. Who does Greg pick for the third pick in the Brycero VALORANT Scrim Night draft? That number 3 pick is going to be Snoopy. There we go. Finn is that number 3 pick. He'll be going to Team Greg. Congratulations, Snoopy. You are the number 3 pick. Dude, top 3. That is huge, man. Showing some great potential here. You're going to Team Greg. Congratulations on that. Team Greg really showing a solid lineup now. Of course, we've got Jay and Snoopy, and of course, Greg himself. I think that'll be a pretty hard to beat team so far. And then those last 2 picks could be anything really. Could be Faith, could be Penguin, could be Dason. I don't know. We'll see who Greg goes for in these last few picks here. Take a look here at the board at who we've got left, though. Of course, we got Faith still remaining. I think she could be a solid 4th or 5th pick. We've also got Clams, Dason. Again, Dason could be underrated. Dason is definitely someone to watch out for. Penguin of Space, I'm definitely expecting to be the last couple of picks, and of course, Circe's could be anywhere. Obviously, I had Circe's in 4th on my mock draft, although I'm really not sure if Sky... I'm not sure anymore. I think Sky is now feeling more confident now that he has Toasty on his team. I think Sky's going to go for someone else rather than the Iron One there. But we shall see. We shall see. I believe that 4th pick from Team Sky's coming in right now. We shall see what he picks. All right, here we go. With the 4th pick in the Brycero VALORANT Scrim Night, Team Sky selects Jason. All right, so both of our Reyna mains are now out. Interesting, and they're going to be on opposite teams. Okay, so we could have a Reyna versus Reyna setup here, although I'm not sure whether or not Reyna is going to be a good pick for either team here. I think they might go for other players, but both of the Reyna mains are now out. Very interesting stuff here. Team Greg got some decisions to make now. Again, I was right. Dason underrated, apparently. Guess I should have put him up higher on my mock draft. Congratulations, Jason. You are in the top 4. Super proud of you, buddy. So we got an unranked in our top 4. This has been wild. First, the Immortal 3 does not get the first draft pick. Toasty got snubbed, honestly, in my opinion. He should have been first. Now, Dason. I mean, we got some solid teams getting built up here. Very interesting stuff for sure. 4 players remain, guys. 4 players remain. Let's go ahead and pull up that draft roster once again. We've got Faith, we've got Clams, we've got Penguin, and we've got our special guest filling in for Wiffle, Circe's. I think maybe him next. I think we'll be seeing him go next. I don't know. It could be anyone at this point. I'm not so sure anymore. But on the mock draft, while we wait for Team Greg to make his decision, I think I had Faith up next. Yeah, I think I had Faith up next, so Faith could go to Team Greg. Although I don't know, maybe Sky goes for Faith. I don't know. Let's go ahead and refresh here. Let's go ahead and pull up that mock draft once again. Yeah, Faith up next for Team Greg. I don't know. I think Sky could go for her. I think Greg might want to go for somebody else, although he's running out of options quickly if he doesn't want to pick Faith. I don't know why you wouldn't pick Faith. I definitely think she's a good 5th place contender, but we'll see. I'm really doubting my decisions here with the mock draft, but I think that 5th pick is coming in now. We shall see who Greg selects here with that 5th pick. And the Brycero VALORANT Scrim Night, here it is. With the 5th pick, we've got Team Greg selecting Penguin of Space. Wow. So Sky's friend goes to Team Greg. Talk about some betrayals we got going on. First, we got Greg's friend going to Sky. Now we got Sky's friend going to Team Greg. That's big. Congratulations, Penguin of Space. You are much higher on the draft than I thought you would be. Congratulations, buddy. Fifth pick. So both of our unranked players are 4th place and 5th place in the draft. Was not expecting that at all. Check out this draft so far, as we've just passed the halfway point. Dason going to Team Sky, Penguin of Space going to Team Greg. So look at the competitive ranking here. Check that out in the middle. We've got Diamond 3 before an Immortal 3, then we go all the way to Iron 1, and then we got Unranked and Unranked. What is this draft anymore, guys? I don't know. Alright, well, Team Sky's making his pick now. This draft has been so nuts, guys. It really has. We got Faith left, we got Clams left, we got Circe's left. I think maybe him next. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised Faith didn't go. I really am. We shall see who Sky selects. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think Faith is going to go next. I think Sky picks Faith. And then maybe Clams goes to Team Greg. No. Circe's Team Greg. Yeah. Of course, we are waiting on the next draft pick here. I believe it's our 6th pick coming up next here. Just waiting on Team Sky to make that decision here as we go back to the live draft results here. It's been a wild draft so far, that's for sure, guys. Hope you all are enjoying. It's been a crazy, crazy draft. All right, well, I believe that 6th pick is coming in now. So we shall see final three remaining players here. We got Wild J, we got Clams, and of course we got Circe's up next. All right, with the 6th pick in the Brycero Valorant draft night here, Team Sky is selecting the Sage main, a Wild J. Congratulations, Faith. You are the 6th pick in the Brycero. Sorry, just one off. You're the 6th pick in the Brycero Valorant draft. So congratulations to you. You will be going to Team Sky. And we're starting to see the rosters fill out here. This is super exciting. Who will Greg pick? He's got just 2 options left. Will he go for Clams, or will he go for the special guest filling in for his friend Whiffle? Who will he go for? Clams or Circe's? Again, remember here as we pull up the remaining players here, remember, we know Clams fairly well. We've seen him in a couple of our Scrim Nights and whatnot. Again, the person filling in for Whiffle, we don't know him. So will Greg go for a familiar face, or will Greg go for the unknown player? Iron 1 ranked. We shall see. Whereas Clams is Bronze 1. I don't know. It's really either, of course, whichever player Greg does not select here will automatically go to Team Sky. So final draft pick coming up here. It will be in the hands of Team Greg. All right, let's go ahead and check it out here with a final pick in the Brycero Valorant draft here. Team Greg will select the Cypher main, Clams. He's got a very passive intel-based play style. He's going to Team Greg. Wow, the dynamics that have played out in this draft so far, absolutely huge. What that means, though, is unfortunately our special guest filling in for Whiffle will be the final pick. He will be going to Team Sky. Congratulations to him. I mean, I'm sorry you didn't get picked sooner, buddy, but of course, you know, with the unknown dynamic that could be playing a pretty huge deal with the decisions being made by the team captain, so maybe they're wanting to play it safe, and Team Sky will get him. Team Sky, you got to be feeling pretty confident, though. Let's go and check out the draft results. Here are your team lineups here. With the first pick in the draft, we selected Jay to Team Greg. So Greg went ahead, decided not to betray his friend after all. Then Toasty Unicorns, of course, our professional Tier 2 Valorant player, went to Team Sky. That is a huge pickup for Team Sky. Looking forward to seeing him tomorrow night. And of course, as expected, Finn went to Team Greg in third place. So congratulations to Finn, also known as Snoopy on the Discord. And of course, in fourth place, we went the Twitch streamer Jason will be going to Team Sky. Excited to see how they play together. It should be a great dynamic. And like I said, in sixth place, I knew Jason and Faith would be on the same team. I really did. I definitely called that right. Faith is in sixth place. She'll be going to Team Sky as well. Don't worry, Penguin Space, I did not forget about you. In fifth place, you'll be going to Team Greg. Clams going to Team Greg as well as the seventh pick in the draft. And of course, our guest filling in for Wiffle, Circes, will be going to Team Sky. So congratulations to everyone who got picked. Toasty, in my opinion, got snubbed, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll forgive Greg for the decision here since, of course, he wanted to go for his friend. There are your team rosters, guys. This is big. Your team rosters have been decided. It's gonna be a big, crazy night. All right. Tomorrow night, of course, is the Brycero VALORANT Scrim Night. Don't forget, 8 o'clock Eastern. Those are your team lineups, Team Sky and Team Greg. On Team Sky, we've got Sky, Toasty, Dason, Faith, and Circes. And on Team Greg is a solid lineup. You got Greg, Jay, Finn, Penguin Space, and Clams. Going to be very interesting to see those two teams duke it out. And keep in mind also, Clams and Faith, Wild J, are friends. So it'll be interesting to see them on opposing teams. All right, we're going to move on to our map picks. Since Team Sky did not get the first draft pick, he gets the first map pick. So he's going to go ahead and begin making that decision now. We shall see which map he goes for. And hopefully these map picks come in pretty quickly because my voice is dying here. Map 1, we shall see which map Sky selects. I'm really looking forward to seeing... I want to see Haven up first, honestly. I think Haven is definitely my favorite map. It's also a really well-balanced map in my opinion. Of course, you got the 3 bomb sites. That could definitely... I definitely think we'll be saying Haven for sure. Hopefully as the first map, if not the second map, depending on which map Sky feels more comfortable on. All right. So Sky's made his decision. Sky selects Haven, there we go, as map 1. Congratulations to Sky, which means that Team Greg will be picking sides. So the way we're doing it here is the team that did not select the map gets to pick the sides. So that means Sky will pick the sides on the next map. And of course, he will be deciding that decider map if it is necessary. That is going to be a crucial map. If this goes to 3 games, the teams seem well balanced. I would not be surprised if we go to 3 games. Although, keep in mind, it's probably unlikely just because I think one team will get in a rhythm while the other team doesn't. I think it is probably more likely we'll only play 2 maps. But you never know. You never know. It could be anyone's game. Looks like Team Greg has made his decision here. He wants to go attackers first. So that means in the second half, which is going to be the more important part of the game, in my opinion, Team Greg will be on that defender's side. So... woo-wee. All right. Team Greg now gets to pick second map, and he's making that decision right now. What a night, guys. What a night. Haven for our first map. Team Greg on attackers first. Team Sky on defenders first. Next up here, we've got... what map is it? Ascent. Ascent will be our second map. I was not expecting that. I figured Ascent would get snubbed, honestly. It's not really any player's favorite map. Team Sky, of course, going to be selecting the sides here for that second map. But yeah, Ascent going to be that second map here. Team Sky, of course, picking sides right now. for that second map as we wrap up here. A crazy night. That draft was insane, everybody. It really was. And looks like Team Sky is going to go for attackers first, and Team Greg will go defenders first. So Sky making the smart decision here. He wants to go defense in the second half of the game. Of course, that's going to be crucial, especially on a map like Ascent. We'll see how that plays out for him in map 2, which means he is now picking the third map, the decider map. Again, this will only be played if necessary. It is a best of 3, so first team to 2 wins the series. This third map, though, could be very important, so he needs to choose between split or bind. Split seems to be very defender-sided, so I think Sky's probably going to go for split. I really do. I think Sky goes for split. I think that, and then, well, actually, I don't know. Because if Sky chooses split, then Greg could choose attackers first, which means that Greg would get the defender side in the second half. That could be bad news if you're Sky. So maybe he goes for bind. Bind or split, it's 50-50. We'll see what he chooses here. It's bind. It's bind. Okay. Playing it safe. I see how it is. Sky. Good job. Safe pick there to choose bind. Definitely don't want to avoid that split defender-sidedness. If you can. Team Greg, of course, choosing sides right now. We've got our map pool, though. Haven, Ascent, Bind. I was not expecting Ascent at all. I thought we'd get Haven. I thought we would get Haven up first, maybe Bind second, and then maybe split third. But Ascent works too. Ascent works too in this best of 3. I definitely personally like Ascent. I know a lot of Valorant players don't, though. So, interesting that we'll be playing that map second. So if Team Greg can win the first map on Haven, they'll be playing their map choice to win on Ascent. So hopefully that goes well for them if they want to try to finish it in 2. Meanwhile, Team Greg taking a little while to choose their sides here. Looks like we got Greg's choosing defenders first on Bind. That is probably the right decision. Which means Team Sky will be attacking first on Bind, and they'll be defending second half on Bind. On that Descender map, again, if it is necessary, we will be going to 3 maps. All right, the maps are set here for the Brycero VALORANT Scrim Night. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll be starting off on Haven with Team Greg attacking first, Team Sky defending first. Then immediately after that, approximately 8:45 Eastern, again, time subject to change depending on how long or short the maps go. We'll be playing Ascent. Team Sky will be attacking first, Team Greg defending first. And then finally, if necessary, if we need to go to 3 maps, for that decider map, we'll be playing Bind. Excellent choice by Team Sky there. He'll be attacking first, and Team Greg will be defending first. Again, just one more reminder here of our team rosters that we'll be playing with tomorrow night. Sky, Toasty, Dason, Faith, and Circes. And, of course, Greg, Jay, Finn, Penguin, and Clams. Gonna be interesting dynamic tomorrow night. Friendships will be ruined for sure. No, I'm just messing, guys. Team Sky versus Team Greg and our Civil War VALORANT Scrim Night tomorrow night. Hope you guys tune in. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That's gonna do it for our draft coverage. It's been a crazy night. My voice is definitely dead. Again, reminder, in case you forget, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Pacific. If you're watching over in the UK or anywhere in Europe, that's going to be 12 a.m. GMT, so midnight GMT. Team Sky versus Team Greg is going to be crazy, best of 3. Hope you all tune in. It is going to be a lot of fun. Crazy stuff here as well. We're going to pull up those draft results as we wrap up here. It's been a crazy night. I was not expecting the draft to go that way for sure. My mock draft totally got messed up. I wonder if you guys did as well. Let me know in the chat. Coming up next, though, if you're watching the rerun immediately before the draft, so if you're watching on Friday night, we've got, of course, got the We've got the full best of 3 series coming up next. Or if you're watching live right now, as we're airing this live, I'll be hanging around afterwards to go and talk to you guys and answer any questions you might have about the best of 3. But that's going to do it for the Brycero Valorant Scrim Night Draft Night live stream. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Congratulations to the players that got drafted first, second, third, fourth. You know, that's a huge deal, getting drafted in that first half of the draft. That's going to do it, guys. See you guys in a little bit. Of course, we're going to be taking a break here. Coming up next, if you're watching the draft live, I'll be hanging around afterwards, answering any questions, talk about the draft, get you guys' reaction. And of course, if you're watching the rerun on Friday, coming up next immediately after this, we've got the full best of 3 series. I'll be casting it. Of course, we've got a co-caster joining us as well, Al Templeton. Super excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. See you guys then. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.